Two new strategic bombers have recently made their debut in the game, the B-52H and the Tu-95M. Let's get these giants airborne and break down what makes them tick. Both machines were developed almost in parallel for the same purpose. Right after World War II, militaries needed carriers capable of delivering the new weapon of the era, nuclear bombs, across the ocean. Designers in the USA and the USSR were given a clear requirement. The bombers had to reach their targets directly, without relying on overseas forward bases. By the mid-1950s, both giants entered service, and modern variants of each remain in use to this day. Over 70 years, these veterans went through dozens of upgrades, greatly expanding the range of available weapons. Let's start with combined battles and the American bomber. The B-52H spawns at high altitude, where gun-based SPAA usually can't reach. Infrared SAM systems can still pose a threat, but the bomber has a generous supply of countermeasures to deal with them. High-altitude strikes are greatly aided by the built-in targeting suite with thermals. It makes it easy to spot vehicle clusters. The most comfortable loadout is 2,000-pound bombs. They're forgiving if your aim isn't perfect. You can also mix 750-pound and 2,000-pound bombs to build the largest bomb load in the game. Of course, a B-52 quickly becomes a priority target for enemy aviation. The best way to greet interceptors is with the tail turret. It mounts a rapid-fire 20mm M61 Vulcan with excellent reach. Even if this fiery laser doesn't outright delete the attacker, it will at least convince them to keep their distance. The Soviet Tu-95M plays a bit differently because of its bomb load philosophy. Where the American bomber leans into quantity, the Soviet one goes for sheer mass. It can carry the Fab 9000, the heaviest bomb in the game. Just keep in mind that the heaviest doesn't mean the most powerful. Its TNT equivalent is noticeably lower than the British 12,000-pound Blockbuster. The tactic with that kind of caliber is straightforward. Drop it on key positions and strategic points where enemy concentrations are most likely to be found. Alternatively, you can take 5,000 or 3,000 kilogram bombs. They carry less explosive filler, but you get more drops. Against enemy fighters, the Soviet bomber is protected no worse than its American counterpart. 3 turrets with twin 23mm cannons can cover almost all angles, though the highest fire density is still in the rear hemisphere. In air battles, flying the new strategics isn't easy. A lot depends on what the enemy team brings. The biggest threat comes from aircraft carrying manually guided missiles. Flares and chaff don't help against those. Your best opening play is to climb as quickly as possible. Both aircraft have respectable climb performance for their class, so you can reach a solid altitude before first contact. And even if these steel titans stay on the ground, they still have value. At the very least, they look amazing and decorate your hangar with their monumental shapes. There's even a special parking spot for bombers this big. Tell us in the comments how you feel about the new bombers, and watch your flutter!